Hello everybody, Cooper here, and welcome back to another episode of my NBA franchise here with the Phoenix Suns on NBA 2K26. I apologize, it's been a long time between episodes, but I hope you're all doing very, very well. When I last checked, it's been about 2 months since I've done one of these, but that's for a very good reason. I've had a few other things that I've needed to worry about at home. One of my cats, unfortunately, is not doing too well, so I've had to sort of prioritize the videos that I can get out that take a little bit less time, and that is my football and cricket content. So I do apologize that basketball's been left behind a little bit. Hopefully we can get a little bit more of these videos out into the going future. Now, because this series has taken a bit of a back foot, I want to catch us up a little bit to speed. So I'm going to probably breeze through the rest of the season fairly quickly. I know it's really only the first third of the season, but we're going to do one game today. I'm not sure what that game is, but we're going to get through all the way past the trade deadline. So I'm going to play a game in the second half of the season. I know I did say in my last video that we're going to be playing the Cavs today. That's not going to be the case, so I do apologize for that. But we are going to make our way through to the trade deadline. That will be our first order of business. And then after that, we will play a game. I'm not sure what game just yet. We'll obviously take stock of how things are at the trade deadline, and we'll make an executive decision later on. But before we head into the simulation, we have to have a little bit of a look around the league, because there have already been some trades in between videos that have taken place. This is obviously before the trade deadline, so we've got 3 quick ones that we need to get through. And this first trade of the video is a biggie. Tyrese Maxey is going to be moved on from the Philadelphia 76ers. He's going to team up with Devin Booker over in Brooklyn to form a very formidable backcourt. And then Nicholas Claxton from the Brooklyn Nets is going to be heading over to Philadelphia, along with Obi Toppin from the Indiana Pacers, as well as 3 first-round picks. 2 via New York, which would have been from the Mikal Bridges trade, and 1 from the James Harden trade. 76ers are now going to be getting the worst of those 2 picks. Grayson Allen and Nolan Traore are going to be headed to Indiana to make the money work. Nolan Traore is a young point guard, obviously with Maxey and all the other point guards that Brooklyn have. He's just sort of been lost in the shuffle, and Grayson Allen is an expiring deal. Obi Toppin's just signed a contract extension, so he's going to be moving over to Philly. And then James Wiseman's heading to Brooklyn just to make the money work as well. Interesting deal. Brooklyn finally going to be making some moves with their draft picks. Obviously, they picked up Devin Booker from us in the first episode of this series. They now add their next piece in Tyrese Maxey. So well done, Philadelphia, on a very, very good piece of business. And if we have a very quick look at their roster, they've got Jared McCain, they've got VJ Edgecombe, who are both very, very good young players. They've got a couple of other good young guards in Isaiah Collier and Emmanuel Quickley. Obviously, Quickley's not that young anymore. But they've got Michael Porter Jr., who's going to be an expiring deal. Dylan Brooks, who's going to be an expiring deal. As well as Nick Claxton, who's got 2 years left on his deal. So they're actually going to have a little bit of cap space heading into free agency. So they are definitely going to be a player in free agency. And obviously for the Pacers, they're going to be getting much better with Grayson Allen and Nolan Traore, with Tyrese Halliburton coming back from injury. And obviously for the Nets, we don't need to explain why that was a good move. And another quick deal with the Brooklyn Nets. This time they're going to be dealing with the Golden State Warriors. Brooklyn have a ton of second-round picks. They're going to be sending 6 of them over to Golden State for a lottery-protected first rounder this season. Obviously, if it falls in the lottery, this pick goes back to Golden State, but will return to Brooklyn in 2028. The Warriors get a little bit more draft capital, as they may look to do a few moves heading into the trade deadline. Obviously, Steph Curry looks like he is retiring, as is Draymond Green. So they might look to make one final mad rush towards a championship to send out their retiring champions on a high. And obviously Brooklyn get a first rounder to potentially do some deals later down the line. And this last deal to start the video is basically this trade sorts out everyone's problems for each other. Donovan Clingan still really hasn't found a home in the league. Started at Portland, obviously. Got traded to Miami in the Bam Adebayo trade. He's been really good this season, getting a lot of rebounds, but just can't find a spot in the offense. I did not mean to put Andrew Wiggins in that trade, as he is just, I guess, right behind Kel'el Ware right now, who's actually turned out into a very, very good prospect. Nikola Jovic signed a contract extension in the offseason, but hasn't had a lot of game time, only 17 minutes a game. They're going to be sent over to the Memphis Grizzlies for Ty Jerome, who's been very, very good once again, coming off the bench for Memphis, and Gigi Jackson, who's having a career year but is a free agent. Miami is also going to get a top 5 protected pick via Denver in this year's draft. So Memphis, they recently traded away both Ja Morant and Triple J, so they're going to be looking to make a sort of improve the roster a little bit. Obviously, they already have Zach Edey, so having Donovan Clingan and Zach Edey in the same team could be very, very interesting, but they're going to be the only 2 centers on the roster. Nikola Jovic is obviously very tall, so going to be very interesting to see what the Grizzlies are up to down in the South, but they're going to put that deal through. Memphis agree, and this is going to be a very, very interesting start to the video. But it's now time for us to get all the way through the trade deadline, and we're going to sim through to February 7th, because I think the trade deadline's around February 3rd, February 4th. So we're going to cover, I think, around at least 10 games. We'll see how we go. We start off with a loss to the Cavs. Stephon Castle is now back from injury. I'm not going to sort of update you on every single injury that happens, so we'll just fix up this rotation quickly. Jordan Rush obviously has been starting in his place. We've still got Grady Dick, who needs to come back from injury as well. So I'm going to patch up this rotation. I'm now going to meet you at the trade deadline. And we've actually experienced no further injuries, which is lovely. But with 31-19, 50 games into the season, which makes us the 3rd seed in the Western Conference, behind the Dallas Mavericks and the Minnesota Timberwolves. If we were in the East, we would actually be in the 5th seed. So I'm actually pretty happy with how things are going, all things considered. If we have a look at the rest of the conference, we can see the Pelicans and the Grizzlies still at the bottom. Not a lot of changes there. Not that we really expected too many changes from those 2 teams. The Lakers are really struggling. They've got 1 year left of LeBron before I imagine he will retire. The Warriors, 30-21. They've won their last 3. So as I sort of hinted at, they might be making a few moves. And if we head over to the Eastern Conference, no Brooklyn Nets in sight. They are still right down the bottom of their roster, or of their conference, I should say. Boston, 14-36, but obviously just picked up Triple J from Memphis. So that's going to take a little bit of time. The Bucks are there, Miami as well, and then right up the top, to be honest, surprising everybody, it's the Atlanta Hawks. So we'll have to wait and see what they can conjure up at the deadline, because they might want to put a bit of space between themselves and the Detroit Pistons. But we're going to actually make a few deals ourselves right now. I do want to have a quick look at our roster, because I think we've got to sort of this weird clunk of wings. I'm happy with Koulibaly and Kuminga. I haven't got a problem with those 2. I think they do a very, very good job for us. Corey Kispert, he is really good shooter. He's shooting over 42% from 3 this year. I think he's fine. I just think he's a little bit overqualified for the role that he's currently playing. So if he's happy, I'm obviously more than happy to keep him. Keegan Murray is the one that I do want to move on. Much like real life, we did overpay him too much. Sacramento Kings gave him $140 million instead of $110, which, I mean, yeah. The production has picked up a little bit over the course of the back end of the first half of the season. That's a really long sentence. So we might look at a Keegan Murray deal now that he is eligible to be traded. We did pick up Buzelis from the Chicago Bulls semi-recently. He is just sort of working his way into our team. The shooting's not there just yet, but we are working on it. Danny Avdia has been very, very good, as he has in real life. The center rotation, I'm happy with. The guards, I'm quite happy with. The Demon has been outstanding this season in the simulation. 12 points a game, 9 assists. Basically everything we want it to be. And the 3-point shooting is up around league average as well, which is fantastic. Tyus Jones and Marcus Sass have been phenomenal backups. Jordan Rush has been fine in his rookie season, 5 points a game. Per 36, it's just under 20 points a game, which is basically what you want from a really young guard, and I think he can definitely be a starter for us one day. Stephon Castle has been good. I mean, there's nothing... Let's not get over serious. He's very good. That's all I have to say about it. He did have a game where he had 12 turnovers, I think, in the last episode, Grady Dick has been injured for the majority of the season, but had a really hot start, yet to come back. So hopefully we can get a bit more of him later in the season. But I think if we were going to trade anybody, it would be one of either Kispert, Murray, and or Marcus Sasser. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. Probably won't trade all three. It'd be 2 at most, but probably only going to be 1. We'll wait and see how we're going with that. And in terms of our draft picks, we've got our own pick this year. We've got a swap best with the Knicks. Next year, we don't have our pick in 29. Then we've got the Nuggets pick in 2030, as well as a swap best with the Bulls in 2031, which would be lovely. But I'm going to have a look around, see what deals we can do to make our team a little bit better. And fingers crossed I can come up with something. The first deal I'm going to try and put together is Keegan Murray and Marcus Sasser over to the Utah Jazz for Ace Bailey and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Now, I don't expect this deal to go through straight away. Ace Bailey is having a phenomenal season. He's shooting almost 40% from 3, which is fantastic. And I just want to get a few more athletic dudes on the wings. I think, obviously, we do have Kispert. Obviously, Kuminga's very athletic. Koulibaly's an athlete. Avdia's not really who I'd call an athlete. Buzelis has size, but he's not an athlete. I just want more of an athletic type wing. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope's on an expiring contract, and I was probably just going to release him at the end of the season. So Keegan Murray, we're moving that money across, along with Marcus Sasser, who I think can do a job as a nice backup for Ja Morant on the Utah Jazz. We are definitely going to have to throw a pick in. I'm hopeful that we can throw in our own first round pick. Maybe we can get away with just throwing in the 1. Hopefully that will be enough. They say no, unfortunately. I don't think we can throw in any of these other ones. We can throw in the swap with the Bulls, and I don't really want to. We'll make the offer anyway. They say no again. We'll try it with a second. They say no as well. So we're probably going to have to go for someone a little bit less high profile than Ace Bailey. Going to try a bit of a different angle here. We're going to try the same deal, Keegan Murray and Marcus Sasser, but this time I'm going to go for Con Knipple. Now, Miles Bridges, I'm not going to keep him on my team. This deal is just getting done for financial purposes. I'm going to try and reroute him later to another team. But Con Knipple, I sort of envisage him being my Corey Kispert replacement. I even got the nice alliteration there for the 2 players. Now, Corey Kispert obviously does have 3 years left on his deal, but I feel like Con Knipple has a little bit more to his game. So we're going to try and make this deal work. I'm not even going to throw any picks in there. Hopefully it'll just work straight up. They don't want to take on the extra salary. What if we throw in an extra second round pick? They come up with an alternate. I don't really want to take the Frenchman. He's not very good. That's the only thing. What if we take out, and I'm not giving up Rocco either. I think the only way for me to get this deal done with the Hornets is to throw in our 2031 swap best with Chicago. I want to get more second round picks because we currently don't have any. If we throw our 2031 first into this deal, I'm going to try and take it out. Hopefully this deal just get done straight up. They still say no. What if we throw in our 2031 second? They still say no to that. What if we take out the 2030 second rounder? Come on, I'm just going to keep doing this until they decide that they like it. Okay, I don't think this deal's getting done either. So this trade deadline might be a bit trickier than I thought. Okay, I think I finally found a deal. We're going to throw Keegan Murray and Marcus Sasser over to the Toronto Raptors. We're going to take Brandon Ingram's expiring deal as well as 2 first round picks and their second round pick in this year's draft. The 2030 pick belongs to Indiana, both of which are unprotected. I think this is a good deal for both teams. We obviously get a bit more draft capital. The Raptors move on finally from Brandon Ingram. He's not playing badly by any means, but he just does not fit their timeline. Scotty Barnes is obviously still developing, 25 years of age. They got Sabonis I think it was last season's off season. They picked up Bradley Beal at one stage as well. That has just not worked out for them. He's all the way down to a 76, although he is playing very, very well, as is CJ McCollum. So hopefully this will move them a little bit closer to at least making a conference semi-final. You would think in the Eastern Conference. They say no. They want to get rid of Bradley Beal, funnily enough, We'll take out our 2031 swap best. We don't want to do that. We'll just take out the second rounder. Hopefully they say yes to this straight up. They want to give us CJ, and we only have to give them a second rounder. I don't particularly want to take on any more salary, so I'm happy just to give up the second rounder. That is fine. They really want to get rid of Bradley Beal or CJ McCollum. Can we just take like another... We'll take 2 second rounders. Let's see if that makes a difference. Bradley Beal... No? Okay, I'm going to try and fix this up until we finally get a deal done. Okay, we finally reached a point where I think we're able to negotiate fairly. We're going to throw in Gabe Vincent, who's on an expiring deal. We're probably just going to waive him after this deal is done. We've taken out one of the first round picks, which I think was the 2031 pick, which belonged to Toronto. We've negotiated instead for receiving 3 second round picks. We throw in our second round pick for 2031. We finally get the deal done. Welcome aboard, Brandon Ingram, and some draft capital. And Gabe Vincent, you are not long for this world. Goodbye. I'll see you in free agency. And after releasing Gabe Vincent to free agency after the Brandon Ingram trade, we are short one at point guard. So I've gone back to the well of former Phoenix Suns, and we've picked up Patty Mills, who I reckon played for us for about 5 minutes in season 1. And I think he's just going to be a nice veteran. We've obviously got Tyus Jones, who's a very, very good veteran as well. We've got a lot of young guards, and I think he is going to be hopefully a good influence on some of our youngsters. But our roster is basically done for the upcoming season. I don't plan on making any more moves. Obviously, we can't do too much after the trade deadline. But this is going to be the rest of your 2026-2027 Phoenix Suns. We've got the Demon, Tyus Jones, Patty Mills, who we've already covered, Stephon Castle, Grady Dick, Jordan Rush, Bilal Coulibaly, Jonathan Kuminga, Corey Kispert, who I did consider trading, but I'm really glad that I kept him in the end. White boys represent. Then we've got Denny Avdia, Brandon Ingram, who actually has a player option as well, which I didn't know he had. So we actually have a chance of flipping him in the offseason as well. Matas Buzelis, who hopefully give a little bit more run in the coming months. And then we've got Carmen Malowach, Jalen Smith, who we'll let go at the end of the season, as well as Rocco Zikarsky. So now we've got 2 Aussies on the 2026-2027 Phoenix Suns. I did not intentionally do that, but a happy coincidence, I suppose. But now we need to have a look around the league and see who needs help the most in and around the trade deadline. Who's going to be making a push for the playoffs, potentially a final spot. Who's wanting to tank and go below the play-in stage. So I reckon the top 10 in the West are pretty much set. The Lakers, I don't know what their plan is. Obviously, they've still got LeBron, Reeves, and Doncic. So you would hope that they'd be a little bit better than 24 and 27. So a LeBron trade to a playoffs finals contender is probably in play, you would imagine. The Kings, I'm not really sure what they're doing. They're probably tanking. Everybody below here is probably tanking as well. So the Lakers, I can definitely see them making a move. What that move is, I have no idea. And in terms of the Eastern Conference, the Raptors still doing very nicely, even though they traded away Brandon Ingram. We'll be hoping to do nicely after the Ingram trade, but they pick up Murray and Sasser, just loading up their offense a little bit. Did give up some draft capital to do so. So we'll see if that is a risk that will pay off. The Bulls are doing well. Obviously, Kevin Durant signed with them in the offseason. The Knicks are fine. The Cavs are fine. The Hornets are always confusing because, yes, they have LaMelo Ball, who could probably take basketball a little bit more seriously. They've got Joel Embiid, whose knees are... I don't really know what's wrong with his knees anymore. But the Sixers just traded away Maxey, so you'd imagine they're going to shoot down the standings. Orlando... What's happening with Orlando? They've got such a good young core, but they are really struggling right now. The Bucks, with Giannis being a free agent this summer, they might be looking for a trade there. A Giannis to Lakers trade makes total sense, but LeBron's not going to want to go to Milwaukee, so a third team's probably going to have to get involved. I don't really know what the play is, but we'll have to look around, see what we can do that makes sense for absolutely everybody. And this trade is probably the one that makes the most sense, funnily enough. It's Jimmy Butler for LeBron James as a straight swap. LeBron James goes to a championship contender in Golden State. Jimmy Butler, who is a free agent in the summer, can join the Lakers. I can't imagine him re-signing. The Lakers will probably want to move on from that $56 million salary pretty quickly. So hopefully this deal can go through. If LeBron declines it because he has no trade clause, I'll just make that go through, and he decides to waive his no trade clause. So I'll patch that up. But LeBron will be joining the Golden State Warriors, and Jimmy Butler will be joining the LA Lakers. Fairly small trade this one, but Jared Vanderbilt, Dalen Terry, and Mikhail Svensson, who was the Lakers rookie drafted in this most recent draft, going to be heading to the Pelicans for Kyle Kuzma and Saddiq Bey, 2 expiring contracts. Kyle Kuzma is going back to the team that drafted him, and Saddiq Bey is still in the league somehow. But anyway, fairly small deal, not major. The Pelicans accept, hoping to develop a few of the young talents that they do have on their roster. Now the Orlando Magic are going to be making some moves. We've got Jalen Suggs, who is in basically competition with Anthony Black as to who is going to be the point guard of the future for the Magic. Jalen Suggs is making a ton of money, and Anthony Black is up for an extension. They're basically the same player, in my opinion. So we're going to be sending Jalen Suggs, who's a little bit older, to the New Orleans Pelicans, who just need some adults in the room, to be perfectly honest. Jordan Poole's on an expiring contract. He can throw up as many threes as he likes in Orlando. And the Magic get 2 second-round picks in the future for curing the Jordan Poole problem. Well done, New Orleans. Well done, Orlando. And with the trade period now done, I think it is only appropriate that we sim forward. We do our contract extensions, even though I don't think we do have any. But we'll quickly look around and see if there are any eligible ones to be done around the league. But I think our first game should be up against the Golden State Warriors at home on March 12th. We'll play this game, and then we will simulate to the end of the season. So hopefully no injuries occur during that time, and I'll see you guys ready for the Golden State game. And now we've got our game of the day. It is Phoenix up against Golden State. It is our home game, and we're going to be facing up against LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Draymond Green, possibly for the last time. We have a quick look at the rookie leaderboard for the year. Jordan Rush nowhere near the Rookie of the Year leaders, and we are getting close to the end of the regular season in the NBA. We're currently 41-24, so we're off to a good start after the trade deadline, and we're going to be having a look at our first look. That doesn't make any sense. We're going to be having our first look at Brandon Ingram on the Phoenix Suns. Not that I expect him to play a major role. And today is also Grady Dick's first game back from injury, funnily enough. And it's also going to be our first look at the City uniforms as well. So a lot of firsts for today. And hopefully we can score our first points on this possession as Maluach gets a nice easy dunk over Draymond Green straight away. And I must admit, it is weird seeing LeBron James not in a Lakers, Cavs, or Heat uniform. And he's wearing number 32, a number he has never worn in his NBA career. Obviously 23, worn by Draymond Green. And number 6 obviously going to be retired, or has already been retired. I'm very, very rusty already as we turn the ball over. As I was saying, number 6 retired by Bill Russell as Steph Curry knocks down the 2. We should be looking pretty good here on the offensive end on Steph Curry. Obviously, the Demon has a ton of space over the top of Steph, about a 6-inch difference. Let's go to the corner. Stephon Castle for 3. Misses that one, a little bit rushed and contested. Not a good combination. Williams in the corner. Was contested. It's another missed layup, though. I'm going to go this one up the court. Koulibaly. Oh, panic, 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 panic. Okay, let's just go pick and roll once again. Well done, Demon. Well done. Oh, really nicely executed. Avdia in the paint gets his first 2 of the day. Let's get the pick and roll going once again. Castle goes inside. Big slam over LeBron. And a very, very hot start for the Suns. 6-2 early in the first. The Demon has a big job to do on Steph Curry. Both point guards are going to be defensively challenged in this one. Good hands-up defense by the Demon. It's a block by Maluach. We've got Koulibaly on the wing, trying to get to the lane. Does well. Another bucket inside. And the Golden State Warriors are in all sorts right now. 3 early blocks from Maluach. Koulibaly Castle's in the corner. Missed a 3 earlier with a lot, well, actually not a lot of time on the shot clock, I should say. Let's go pick and roll again. It's what's been working as well as playing on the break. Curry fouls the Demon. Gets his first of the day. And I've not taken a free throw with Igor Demin in about 5 years. But he knocks down his first and the second as well. And we get a nice little sound effect for our troubles. But I think Malowach has 3 early blocks. Might be looking at a record over the course of this game as the Warriors call an early timeout. Welcome back, Grady Dick. Welcome aboard, Brandon Ingram. Great hands-up defense. LeBron now on Ingram. Definitely has size. Still with him. Almost forced the miss, unfortunately. Couldn't quite get it to go. Launched the ball up the court very quickly. Draymond, I don't think has sniffed it so far. But too big, too strong Malowach inside the paint. Already has 4, as well as a handful of blocks. LeBron now for 3. Greens it. Nicely done. It has been too quick and too fast for us on the defensive end at times. But when you've got LeBron and Steph Curry, 2 very, very smart basketballers, you know you're going to have a lot of trouble. Good ball work around on the perimeter. Ingram takes it inside. Can't get the finish. And I think that's out on Malowach. And it should be said that we are the 3 and the 4 seed right now in this game. So I don't know what the difference is in terms of the margin between the 2 seeds. As we get an easy steal. Grady Dick thought about the 3. Gives it up to Ingram. Gets his first points on camera as a member of the Phoenix Suns. But I don't know how a result favors each team after this game. Obviously, we want to keep winning. Pods is in the corner, gives it up to LeBron. Ingram's doing a good job keeping him out. It's a foul. And the King draws it. Ingram gets his first of the day. LeBron just too big and strong. But as we know, not the best free throw shooter, but knocks it down anyway. Let's even get a floppy going for Grady Dick. Oh, that's a poor release. Can't get the shot to go, unfortunately. Draymond Green bringing it up the court for the Warriors. Gives it to Steph, long-time teammate. Pods, given way too much space by Grady Dick. We're just rushing it a little bit too much. Just trying to force errors on the defensive end that aren't there to be forced. Steph pumps up, knocks it down, and all of a sudden we have a tie game. Trying to get Grady Dick into the game, but we can't just rush it. We need to just find it when it's naturally there. And there it is. Grady Dick knocks down his first 3 in about 5 months. Had a fractured tibia and has now returned to action. And Igor Demin knocks down or gets a 3rd assist on the game. And Zaire Williams knocks down a 3 on the other end. Brandon Ingram was trying to look for Buzelis in the corner. Wasn't on. Let's kick it back up top. Let's try again with Ingram. Nice screen. Cornered 3. Buzelis knocks it down. Representing the white boys very nicely, Buzelis and Grady Dick. Knocking down a pair of 3s to start the first. And that is a forced turnover by the Phoenix Suns. Kuminga into the game for the first time. Castle finds Jordan Rush, but we don't take it as it's not there. Kuminga in the pick and roll. There we go. Up against his former team, I should say. We get it down, and he gets his first of the day. Corey Kispert with the assist. Not known for his passing, but a very nice sort of offensive tool that we can do a lot of different things with. Rocco should absolutely eat in the paint. He has a big mismatch in there. Obviously, Draymond's going to be playing a lot of center. Let's just play the easy ball up the wing. Jordan Rush, can he go baseline? No, he can't. Stephon Castle and Kuminga once again. Bounce pass, really, really nice. There's the and one. Pods with the foul, and Kuminga's going to have a free throw. LeBron back in for the Warriors, and they need it because they are down 10 right now. Killian Hayes, welcome back to the NBA, boy. Okay, Jordan Rush is out. Actually, Castle should have stayed in the corner. I didn't realize how much space I had. Rocco with the screen for Rush. It's a poor pass, but it's actually going to work out fine in the end. There we go. That is a lot better. That's what we wanted the first time. Kuminga to Kispert. The K's teaming up. And Kispert knocks down his first 3 of the day. LeBron now trying to force the ball inside. Castle with the foul. We've already just built up a nice little lead for ourselves. Rocco's got 2 and 3 early, doing very, very nicely. Kuminga's got 7. I can't believe he's already got 7. Castle's got 4 assists. Doesn't seem like he's been in for all that long. Lonzo, well defended by Kispert. Not well enough, though, to prevent the bucket. We've got one last shot. Do we just ISO with Jordan Rush? I think that's what we're going to do. Can we call an ISO? Let's do that. Come on, get to the basket. That's really poorly done. Probably didn't have enough time on the clock to dribble around like that, but we have a nice lead to start. Hopefully we can keep it up as we head into the second. Let's see if we can get Grady Dick straight off the inbound here. Quick jumper, pulls the trigger very quickly, is no good. Okay, so a bit of a sloppy start to the quarter. Koulibaly into the game for the first time. Grady Dick going to be up against Killian Hayes. LeBron had it under the basket, probably could get it back here. Not going to be the case. Grady Dick can't stay in front of Killian Hayes. Gaze inside. Gets the dunk all over Kuminga. Let's get Grady Dick in that floppy action once again. Here he goes, here he goes, here he goes. Wide open. The release is no good. So maybe just forcing the issue a little bit too much with Grady Dick. LeBron working his way forward. Now with Killian Hayes once again. Not a known shooter, so we'll give him a bit of space. LeBron's inside, doubled. Who's on Killian Hayes? I know he's not good at shooting. Good defensive play, but the release is excellent. And we got a 6-point game. Oh, a touchdown pass was rushed. Just got to be a little bit smarter than that, unfortunately, because we just can't launch the ball up the court and not expect it to not work. Okay, LeBron guarded by Koulibaly, one of our best on-ball defenders. LeBron getting a ton of steam ahead. I don't know where Curry is, because Curry has not really played since very early in the piece. Who's that in the corner? It's Kuminga. Could actually go baseline here if he wants. Forces up a shot. Couldn't get it to go. So, I don't know where Curry is. Hopefully he's not injured, just for the league's sake. Because the game is always better when Curry is healthy. Kuminga. Oh, Koulibaly's wide open. Thought about the 3. Finds Malowach inside. What a game he is having. 8 points. I think 4 blocks now. Lonzo, the demon, blocks that. Oh my lord, we are on top of this game already. Koulibaly. Oh my god, LeBron. That is probably going to be one of the last times we see his chase down block. And how beautifully executed it was. Surely he doesn't do it twice. No, he's not going to. Okay, let's calm things down a little bit. Let's see if we can get a poster instead. We can't, but it's good enough. Got lucky with that miss. Lonzo was far too open. Well, Kuminga was open for a second. Castle. Guarded by Omax. See if we can get that diamond to pop up. Castle knocks down a 3. And the Demon, I think, has 5 or 6 assists right now. Malowach having a good game as well. 6 assists, 2 points, 5 boards for the Demon. LeBron having a hell of a game. We still don't know where Curry is. 3 is no good. Kuminga. Castle's out. Oh, it's intercepted again. Just the pass was awful. We almost get the steal. Lonzo was open for a moment. LeBron finds Lonzo in the corner. Castle's jumping for joy. Omax. Another miss for Golden State. Castle. Swing it around. Let's get Kuminga in a pick and roll. Oh, here we go. That's a little floater. We get the offensive rebound. Really good to see. Let's post up with Castle. Oh, that's ugly. It's no good. Zion Williams now. Kispert. He's trying to keep his hands up. Does a good job. LeBron. Now with Curry. Jordan Rush trying to keep his hands in front of him. Great find by Curry into LeBron. In their prime, that would have been a devastating pick and roll. But except we get to see them as senior citizens instead. Jones and Buzelis, really nicely done. Exploited the mismatch beautifully. Okay, can we get out of that? Thank you. All right, let's set another screen. Can't get out of the way. Curry telegraphed it beautifully. Jordan Rush can't stop it. Now down to a 1-basket game. Okay, let's just set another high screen. Avdia this time. Gets by. Wide open. Knocks it down. Extends the lead to 6, and the Warriors call timeout. Because I've been playing so much my career in like the last few months, I've been doing it a lot with my brother a couple of times a week, or playing a couple of times a week. I've gotten so used to my own shot release that all these other players that I play with, I've never shot with them a day in my life before. Buzelis gets a nice bucket up the court, gets it back to 6. Curry's averaging 30 a game this season. Wow. But yeah, because I haven't played this series in about 2 months, it's going to take me a little while to get all our shot timing back down. Because I think, obviously, Grady Dick, had one game where he had 10 or 11 threes in it. Curry's left wide open. That was a mistake. So we've just got to try and do the right thing. Look for the right shots at the right time, because even if we don't green it, we're never going to make it. We're not shooting that. That's a poor play. Stuff like that. We just need to work out of our system. It might not be this season, but as we get further into this series, it's just something that we're going to have to figure out. Curry misses, Rush with the rebound. Only has Pods ahead of him. Gets inside, draws the foul. Makes both his free throws nice and easy. Gets his first points for the day as well, because I think he's 0 of 3 from the field, but he's making buckets at the foul line, which is most important, and he's setting up plays for other players. Curry gets inside, too easy. Having a good couple of minutes here right before the end of the first half. It's been a fairly even game so far, I should say. Tyus Jones. Kispert's in the corner. Rush with the off-ball screen. Buzelis for 3. Nails it! And he's having a fantastic game as well, it should be said. 10 points already and a pair of threes. I like what I've seen from him so far. Definitely going to be more flexible than Keegan Murray as we get further into the series, both financially and just as a figure on defense as well, just because he's so long. Omax covered nicely. We just need to chuck it. It's after the siren anyway, so it's not going to matter, but it's a 6-point game heading into the end of the first half. And what an interesting first half it has been for our team. Maluich, 12 and 3. As well as 3 blocks in the first half. Buzelis with a pair of threes has been perfect from the field. Kuminga's been excellent, although he does have a couple of turnovers. Avdi has been good. Castle good. Ingram, in the 6 minutes he's played, has been fine. I mean, he's not a long-term piece. Probably going to trade him once he accepts his player option, because why wouldn't he accept a $40 million player option? Kispert's been really good as well. Has missed a couple of threes. Grady Dick, rusty. That's all I'm going to say. Jordan Rush has been fine. Hasn't taken a field goal, but has 2 points. And then the Demon has 2, 6, and 6. Very, very good. Wouldn't mind seeing a bit more of Rocco in the second half as well. We'll just see how that goes. And Koulibaly's been fine. Not really been a scoring option, although that's not really his job. He's been fine. That's about it. And as for the Warriors, it's been all Curry and LeBron. Probably the at least the 2 smartest people in basketball. LeBron, probably number 1. Curry would be at least in the top 5. You've got to throw Jokic and the likes of, Luka, and there's probably some other people I'm forgetting about as well. Chris Paul from back in the day. He's retired now, but anyway, both guys doing very, very well. Draymond's been relatively absent, I will admit. Not a lot else from the other Warriors. Team-wise, we are shooting 59% from the field. Shooting a lot more threes than we typically would, but we're perfect from the foul line. We're doing very, very nicely. I like what we've done so far in this game. LeBron looks pissed off about something, and we're going to get into the second half here, and hopefully we can do not too badly, as Buzelis is going to start on LeBron with some horrible defense. Not a good start. We've kept basically the same lineup that ended the first half, except we've put Grady Dick in the mixer. Let's go with a pick and fade, actually pick and roll to get started. Try and get those 2 points back. Jesus Christ. Give me strength. Okay, Draymond. I keep thinking it's LeBron because he's wearing the number 23, but I know it's not. Curry, covered by Buzelis. If he goes off the dribble, we're in a little bit of trouble. But it's the size that matters. Don't let anybody tell you different. Oh. It's only a 2-point game. Okay. Let's go into pick and fade this time. Jones getting inside. Wide open. It's no good, unfortunately, but that is a solid play. LeBron on the wing. Draymond inside. Good coverage, but it's now a tie game. Have we just left all of our good play from the first half in the toilet? Like, what is going on? Let's just work the ball inside here. LeBron, can he get around the screen? No, he can't. Brzailis. Draymond. Prime Defensive Player of the Year. Draymond is still here, apparently. And the Warriors have the lead. Let's try the pick and fade once again. This time with Grady Dick as the ball handler. We'll take the long two. We just get points on the board. It's a tie game. Finally force a miss on the end of the Golden State Warriors. Pick and roll once again. Curry gets around it, but nobody picks up Brzailis. LeBron is injured. They literally just traded for him. I had no idea he was injured. Steve Kerr can't believe it. And not even 2 weeks after trading for possibly the greatest player of all time, in his final season, he has picked up a knee injury. I have no idea what the injury is. We'll obviously find out in due time. Hopefully, for his sake, it's nothing serious. But if it is serious, this is not how the King would have wanted to go out, as Grady Dick gets the slam up the other end. And in the meantime, this game just got significantly easier. Obviously, for the Warriors, not having LeBron James is going to be tough, even if it's 42-year-old LeBron James. But we've still got a job to do. Off the dribble, Grady Dick. Brzailis. Actually, it's Avdia. It's another 3. And the stretch bigs are going to work. With Draymond at center, I'm going to put Rocco back in the game. See if he can make a bit of a difference in there. Zaire Williams misses the 3. Now we get to run. Castle looking to go all the way. Brings it inside. Draws the foul. That's and 1. And in the absence of LeBron, Steph Curry just starting to cook a little bit too much for my liking. Grady Dick just rushes up a 3. No good. Obviously, Pods also has an injury, but I think he came into the game with this one. Omax knocks it down. We've got a tie game. Who is... Oh, it's an umpire in the corner. I was going to say, who's that in the corner? But it was the ref, so never mind. Let's just try and just work this one over the top. That was a weak pass, Castle. Jesus, okay. We force the miss. We can't get the offensive rebound, though. It's still ours. Last off of, I think that was Gay down there. And the Timberwolves, 49-17. We've got a fairly easy run coming up apart from that one game. But we still got to close out the Golden State Warriors, who are now out without LeBron James. Should be fairly interesting. Okay, let's go. Rocco in the pick and roll, this time with the Demon. Hand off to Grady. Brandon Ingram. Let's go pick and fade. Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. Don't... These turnovers, man, are absolutely killing me. Curry, wide open, just walks into a 3. Prosper gives it back to Curry. Oh, we are down, and we are in trouble. The fans are not happy with... They're starting to boo, actually, so this is not going well. Let's go roll. Demon. There we go. Finally, Rocco gets some points. Gets a second dunk of the day, and he's starting to hype out the crowd, or hype up the crowd, I should say. But we need to be better than this. We've still got a lot of work to do. Curry starting to heat up. The Demon gets another rebound. Ingram. Grady was open, but we should have taken it. We'll take this one instead. It's early again. Oh, this is stressful stuff. Stay on your heels, stay on your heels. All right, I'm calling timeout. I'm just releasing the ball that one moment too early with Grady Dick. Got to just work the ball into the paint these next few possessions. Not on. Castle. Oh, we probably could have taken that 3, to be honest. Koulibaly trying to work the ball inside. Come on, get inside. There we go. It's stole. Oh my goodness, we are choking right now. Curry. We've got to stay with him, stay with him, stay with him. Hands up, hands up, hands up. Good, 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 good. Well done, Pods. Just chew up as much time as you want. Curry throws up a prayer, knocks it down. 8-point game. This is all gone absolutely wrong. Malowach inside. Haven't seen him at this quarter at any point in time, and I think it has shown. We are really struggling without him. Just a big defensive presence inside the paint. Curry, oh, he is hot, and we are in trouble. Down 9. We just need to get Curry off of this heater he is currently on. And by that, we just need to knock down some threes, get some easy points. Stay on Curry like a bowl of rice. Good contest by the Demon. Malowich with the rebound, okay. Thought about it. Thought about that as well. Okay, let's give it back. Kuminga, can you knock down a 3 for us? Don't worry about it. The Demon's inside the paint, and he gets his first actual field goal of the day. With a big fourth quarter, he could be getting a triple-double. We'll just have to wait and see. But it's back down to 5. Just need to force stops. We are right there, but Curry knocks down another one. Okay, let's go with the Castle pick and roll instead. Good screen, good screen. Just get it inside. Get the points. Castle now has 12. 87 plays 81. 2 minutes to go in the third. And I'd be very curious to see, because I'm assuming we're going to make the playoffs. Regardless of what happens with this game, I'm assuming we're going to make the playoffs, because we're currently in a top 4 seed. Where we'll be at the end of today, who knows? Somebody cut back door. That's not the pass I wanted. These turnovers are absolutely destroying me right now. Kuminga, not Kuminga, Demon, really struggling right now. Okay. We just need, oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Let's just do the easy thing, and that is get points inside with the big fella. Oh, we can't even do that right now. What is the differential in this quarter? Because this has been absolutely terrible. It's actually been LeBron has checked out of the game with his injury, which I haven't received an update on yet. So that may be a sign that it is more serious than we had. What is going on? What is going on? We cannot buy a basket right now. And the amount of turnovers we've gotten in this quarter is absolutely outrageous. Golden State have just turned up. I'm going to call another timeout. I know it's close to the end of the third, but Curry has 26 in the quarter, and we are just... Oh, I've lost my words. I've just looked at LeBron James's injury update. I'm not going to say it's good news, but he has a dislocated right patella. So I dare say that means it's probably career over for LeBron James. 2 weeks after the trade deadline, in which the Warriors swapped him for Jimmy Butler. And now his career's done, basically, because he's retiring at season's end. So, well done on a fantastic career, LeBron. That's unfortunate for him. Hopefully the Warriors don't win a championship, because, I mean, that would be a terrible way to get your 5th ring, I will be honest. And we're now down by 16, and it has all turned to crap. Thank you to one Stephen Curry. And we've got 20 seconds of this godforsaken quarter before we just wrap things up for today. Oh, my Lord. Just throw something up. Malowich. No good. Now into the fourth. And we've got a lot of work to do to come back from this margin. Not going to say it's impossible, but it's definitely not possible. Not while we're doing plays like that. As well done, Mohamed Gay draws the charge on Jordan Rush. Gets his second. And Buddy Hield's going to be checking in for the first time today, as he's also retiring. Actually, he's checking out. We'll see you later, Buddy Hield. But he is retiring at the end of the season as well. So Curry, LeBron, Draymond, Buddy Hield, all retiring. And we are down to them by 20. So it's been a really, really good game. Let's just see what we can do. Have a bit of fun as we look to end this game. Get some points inside. Buzelis has 14. He's actually been very good today. We need threes, and Grady Dick is probably the best three-point shooter on our team. So hopefully we can get that done here. Because it's a 20-point game. There's 10 minutes left. Killian Hayes misses. And the Demon gets another rebound. That's 8 on the day. Let's go with the pick and roll. There's an option in the corner with Kispert. That was just a poor shot selection. See, stuff like that is why we're losing. Jordan Rush just trying not to foul at this point. The Demon does well with his hands up. Killian Hayes, welcome back to the NBA. And now the Demon with a foul. But we just need to somehow just stop them from scoring. That would be fantastic. Lonzo trying to take Kispert off the dribble. Just our lineup that we have in right now isn't very defensively solid. Killian Hayes with a missed layup. Now Kispert, just take it to the rim. Good job, gets another bucket. So I would say our strongest defender on the court right now is obviously Malowach. As Curry just misses a wide open jumper, that is surprising. But apart from that, we haven't really got a specialist defensive player on the court. So not ideal, but we can try and make it work as we have back-to-back buckets for what feels like the first time in a while. Grady Dick with the assist on that one. Kispert keeping his hands up once again. Malowach has been fantastic in this game. The Demon does well to stay with Curry. Dick with a rebound. Okay, let's just go. Okay, let's just think. Think. Ooh, Jesus. Buzelis has the mismatch. Oh, backdoor. There we go. Not completely outside of the realm of possibility. Obviously, you've got to try and get as many points on the board while Curry doesn't have the ball. In saying that, he's coming off a screen now and knocks down the three. Not easy to defend that. Turns out Steph Curry's actually really good at basketball. Who knew? Pick and fade. Buzelis. Oh, well done. Beautifully executed. Grady Dick with the assist. And Buzelis with another three to his name. I think that's his third. Cuts it back down to 14. Cancels out Curry's last three as well. And I know Malowach got a ton of blocks early, but he has not gotten another block since the start of the first quarter. Start of the second quarter, excuse me. And we just toss away another ball. And speaking of ball, Lonzo throws the lob and executes it beautifully. Let's go with the pick and roll this time with Malowach. Beautifully done. It's another bucket. Malowach has 20. Wow, I did not think he had that many. But the Warriors have taken 13 more shots than us, and that is not because of offensive rebounds, largely because of turnovers. And how poor we have been looking after the ball. Oh, my Lord. I feel like I'm about to cry. We've gotten so many just dumb turnovers. It would have to be triple the amount of turnovers that they've committed. I've just had a look at the turnover count. It's 19-8 currently. That is not a mistake. It is 19 turnovers to 8 right now, and I feel absolutely sick looking at it. Killian Hayes misses the pull-up jumper. Kispert's actually done quite well today. I was going to say he's had quite a few rebounds, but I'm thinking of Buzelis has had quite a few rebounds. Curry with the foul, and the Demon needs to knock down these free throws if we are any shot of winning today. He gets the first. Let's go pick and fade with Buzelis. There we go. This needs to go down. It's no good. Can't get the rebound. Maybe just rush that one a little bit too much. Hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up. Force him to make a mistake. You stupid idiot, Draymond Green. You dumb boy. Okay, Kispert now. Go pick and fade with Curry. Or pick and roll with Curry, excuse me. Okay, I don't like the spacing here. Let's try something a little bit different. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, this is an awful possession. We're on the move now. Grady Dick trying to get inside. The Demon, not a known three-point shooter, but he was wide open to have it. Grady Dick tries to take a charge, was never on. Who is on Curry in the corner? Thank God he's missed that. Okay, Malowach has a double-double. Really well done today. He's definitely been one of our best, if not our best. Okay, let's take it way back out. We've got 3 minutes, 16. For whatever reason, I just cannot learn that I cannot just pass over the top of people. Ugh. We've put in the subs now. I was going to say the scrubs, but that's a bit harsh on Castle. We're going to get a bit of Patty Mills action. Why not? Get him in the pick and roll. Apparently he can score and get Brandon Ingram a bucket. I don't know why our 38-year-old backup point guard can do well, but our regular point guard can't. But that's just the world we live in right now. It's a 15-point game. Rocco's jumping for joy. Brandon Ingram gets the rebound. Okay. Let's just run a floppy for Grady. We'll do it again. Why not? He gets open. Now he knocks it down. It's only a 2 though. 13-point game, 2 minutes. I don't know what, for whatever reason, Patty Mills has just turned into prime Bruce Bowen in the last 3 minutes. I don't think Steph Curry has scored in that time. Really makes no sense. But we are absolutely done here. Oh, I should have given the 3 to Patty Mills. He deserves it. Yep, clank. That's about right. But it's going to end 123-106. Patty Mills get a steal, son, right before the end of the game. He doesn't get it. But we get absolutely killed after a third quarter onslaught by the Golden State Warriors, which largely did not include LeBron James, which is absolutely comical. Oh, I need to have a look at those first, just quarter by quarter stats, because it was a pretty even game in that first half, and then the third quarter happened, and we got absolutely done. And this is nice. LeBron and Stephon Castle doing the jersey swap there. But yeah, that was absolutely shambolic. Before we look at the box score, 123-106. We actually shot better from the field. They just shot a lot better from 3. Although we took approximately the same amount of 3s, but 27 points off of turnovers is an absolute killer. The first half was pretty even. We had a few more turnovers than them, not many. 7 turnovers to 1 in that third, in which that's so depressing to look at. And then the fourth quarter, we actually won in the end, which was lovely. But second half, 2 of 17 from 3 compared to the first half, 6 of 12, which just really just shot the crap out of the rock there. Malowach with a double-double was very, very good. Buzelis was fantastic. Stephon Castle was good. Avdia only played the 12 minutes, but was solid. Grady Dick got a lot of assists, but didn't shoot the ball well at all. The Demon was pretty good, but had 5 turnovers. And then Steph Curry he dropped 50 in the end. Wow. LeBron, as we mentioned, does have a dislocated right patella, so I don't know how he was able to hobble around and take a photo with Stephon Castle in the end. But that is just the state of things right now. And with that, LeBron is done for the season and his career. It was short but sweet in Golden State. He finishes 21-7-5 for his season. How many points for his career is he ended up with? 45,503. Very, very good. But it's now time for us to simulate the rest of our season. We do have the Minnesota Timberwolves, who are, I think, 49-14, I think it was at one stage. So that is going to be a difficult game. We have the Lakers twice post-LeBron trade, so that's going to be interesting. We have the Warriors again. We then also have the Thunder, the Celtics, the Spurs, and the Bucks. Other than that, the game should be fairly straightforward. And having played our final regular season game of the 2026-2027 season, it is now time to simulate forward through to the end of the regular season. And it's the simulation's not treating us too kindly. Unfortunately, we get a big win over the Clippers. We actually won by over 50 in that one. Bilal Koulibaly's got an elbow strain. We'll leave that as is for now. He is going to be fine. We finished 47-35, and Cooper Flaggs won the MVP in his second year in the league. Well done, good sir. Was it worth trading away Luka? I don't know, but a very, very good decision by the Dallas Mavericks to at least draft him. I mean, not that there was really much of a choice, but a phenomenal effort by the Dallas Mavericks and Cooper Flagg to win this award. I don't know how they finished in terms of where they finished in the Western Conference. I know they were definitely a playoff team. I think they may have been either the 1 or the 2 seed now that I think about it. Damian Young wins the Rookie of the Year for the Boston Celtics. Had a very, very good season. Was a player that we looked at before we drafted Jordan Rush, but we decided we didn't need to draft 2 guards in last year's draft. Was very, very good. 16 a game, definitely more of a ready-made prospect than Jordan Rush, but I think Jordan Rush in the end will have the higher upside. Nicholas Claxton wins the 6th Man of the Year after being traded by the Brooklyn Nets to Philadelphia, so very, very good job by him. Giannis gets Defensive Player of the Year, I think for the 3rd time, so very, very good effort by him. Chet Holmgren gets Most Improved, not too shocking there. Kawhi Leonard gets Clutch Player of the Year. I think he dropped 55 the other day in real life, so really well done. Here we go. Jason Kidd, 66 wins on the season. for the Dallas Mavericks gets Coach of the Year, and yours truly gets Executive of the Year. Very, very happy with how we finished. I think we're the 4 seed in the end. Cooper Flagg makes all NBA first team, obviously for winning MVP. Jokic second, Giannis third, but he has a left shoulder sprain, which is only day-to-day, so I think he'll be fine in the end. Anthony Edwards also makes it with Luka. In the second team, we've got a bit of Trae Young, a bit of Paolo, Jalen Brunson, Chet Holmgren, and Karl Anthony Towns, so a bit of double Knicks action. And then in the third team, we've got Amen Thompson, Devin Booker, Evan Mobley, Steph Curry, and Cade Cunningham. On the all-defensive team, we've got the Thompson twins, Holmgren, Mobley, Giannis. And then on the second team, Carmen Maluich made it, which was lovely. Alex Sarr, Jokic making the all-defensive team is stupid. Cooper Flagg, and Jakob Poeltl. In terms of the all-rookie team, we've got Damian Young, Gustavo Nunez. Wasn't he the number 1 pick? Yes, he was. How did he end up? Statistically inefficient at best. Patrick White also made it. Reynaldo Morales, I should say, and Vladimir Tombo, who was the 13th overall pick, also had a very, very good rookie season. Made all-rookie first team. Our boy made it. Jordan Rush, averaging 5 points a game. A very, reasonably efficient. Compared to some of the other rookies, he was fine. Per 36 is the stuff that I'm interested in. Average 18 points, 3 boards, and just under 4 assists. Good defensive numbers. I think he will get some good development this offseason. Gregory Lowry, Nate Longley, Josh Perry, and Walter Clayton Jr. make up the rest of the all-rookie team. And are we in the play-in tournament? No, we've got the Clippers in the first round of the playoffs. Now, I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do the playoffs just yet because I don't plan on playing every game of the playoffs. But we're going to worry about the play-in tournament first. So we've got, at least on the western side, we've got OKC, Houston, Utah, and the Lakers. That is their seeded order. And then on the other side, we've got Indiana, Charlotte, Philadelphia, Orlando. So very, very interesting. Dallas ended up making the first seed. Atlanta on the other side on the first seed. And the rest of the seeding / playoff matchups you can see on screen. So I'm going to leave this for now. I'll simulate the play-in tournament just because I don't think there's a lot of stuff for us to watch there at least. So I imagine we will at least we'll probably play at least one game in the first round of the playoffs. I don't see us making a run at the championship in this first season, but we'll see how we go. We'll simulate the play-in. The Thunder make it through, as does the Houston Rockets. So the Thunder are going to play Dallas in the first round. Houston are going to play Minnesota. And then on the other side, Charlotte make it through. They're going to play Atlanta. And then Chicago are going to play the Indiana Pacers. But thank you for watching. Bit of a longer video as there's been a lot of stuff for us to catch up on. This is probably going to come out as my first video of 2026. So have a fantastic 2026, whatever you guys choose to do with your lives. Hope you've had a lovely holidays, over the back end of 2025. And thank you all for your very kind messages about my cat. I very much do appreciate it. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.